My name is Laura Kinsley, and for 8 years, I've strung a life with Dex in Nashville, Tennessee, oatmeal stirred for our children, Mason, Lucas, and Ella, his microphones cluttering our den, his boasts about studio gigs threading our suppers. The city's pulse hums through our routine, Mason's journals stacked, Lucas's skateboard grinding, Ella's ballet slippers scuffing the floor. 5 months ago, a tremor shook the calm. Rita, my colleague at the radio station, sipped tea, voice low, saying Dex's studio felt alive with voices, women, not clients, giggling past noon. I shrugged. Rita's stories twisted like Broadway's neon, maybe tinged with envy. Dex was steady, sketching with Mason, waxing Lucas's board, pinning Ella's bun. But last month her tone hardened. A tech mentioned Dex's calendar, dotted with names Sarah, Eve, Lila, unfamiliar, too frequent. A knot tightened. His phone, once forgotten by the sink, now hid in his jacket, buzzing late. Then it gleamed, a voice memo on his desk recorder. Not mine, a woman's hum. Dex, you're a gem. I froze, fingers still. The memo stayed unplayed, slipped into my bag as I roasted chicken, watching him eat, his tales of mixes too crisp, eyes too bright. I wasn't raging. I was alert, a thread unraveling I couldn't ignore. The voice memo lingered, its hum a faint pulse, Sarah's name a whisper in my mind. Morning broke, Dex gulping coffee, muttering about vocals, boots scuffing, phone gone. Toast crumbled for Mason, Lucas, Ella, their chatter soft as I drove them to school, my studio quiet with scripts, hands steady on dials. The memo weighed in my bag, a sound I didn't summon. Rita's word stuck, Eve's name, Lila's pinned to Dex's days. No storm brewed, just a need to see clearer. Asking him would yield half smiles, tails bending, I'd stay silent. I'd map it alone like cueing broadcasts, the kids' rhythms, every slip marked. At work, his shared calendar, routine for Ella's recitals, showed a slot, Nia, studio, 3 p.m., no project tied. My breath paused steady as I noted it in my journal, beside the memo. Pasta spun, Mason's choice, Dex late, a track his shield, gaze low, muttering thin. The slot was mine, Nia's name sharp as he vanished to his den, phone humming. Another night, sorting his drives for Lucas's sketches, a chat notification blinked, Tia, studio's warm with you. Not my warmth. My pulse didn't race, it sank, jotted beside Nia. Soup simmered, Ella's pick, Dex late, a client his excuse, muttering softer. Rita's voice hit at the station, she'd heard Dex's booth booked for, Zoe, no mic. I nodded, her words too clear, but a thread pulled tighter. The journal grew, memo, slot, chat, names weaving. I wasn't wounded. I was threading, focus a faint hum, chasing what Dex didn't say. Tia's chat was a flicker, Nia's slot a deeper note. Zoe's booking a shadow growing. Morning rose, Dex grabbing tea, muttering about demos, phone tucked, no glance. Cereal spilled for Mason, Lucas, Ella, their laughter light as I drove them to school, my desk stacked with tapes, hands calm on edits. The journal pressed, Sarah's memo, Nia's slot, Tia's chat, Zoe's name, a pattern forming. Rita's tails clung, Lila's laugh, Eve's voice, studio doors swinging. No fire sparked, just a steady aim to hear more. Dex's answers would slip if I spoke, I'd keep my path, like fading tracks, kids' steps, truths held. My lunch break brought his studio app, routine for gear logs. A reminder pinged, Becca, vocals, Dex. Not our work. My hands didn't shake, noted beside Zoe. Tacos warmed, Lucas's choice, Dex late, amix his mask, muttering low. Becca's name stayed mine, Tia's chat louder as he hid in his den, phone buzzing. Another evening, filing Mason's poems, a marked lyric sheet fell, 4K, Dex's spin. Not my song. My chest didn't leap, it sank, tucked with Becca. Chili bubbled, Ella's pick, Dex late, a client his excuse, muttering faint. Rita's eyes met mine, she'd heard Dex's line ring with Gia's call. I nodded, her words heavy but the thread pulled. Salad tossed, Mason's choice, Dex late, traffic his veil, Gia sharp. The journal grew, memo, slot, chat, reminder, lyric, names piling. I wasn't crumbling. I was stitching, focus a quiet chord, seeking what Dex left loose. The lyric sheet glowed, Kay's name a new hum, Gia's call and Becca's reminder adding weight. Morning stirred, Dex sipping coffee, muttering about mixes, phone gone, no nod. Waffles crisp for Mason, Lucas, Ella, their voices soft as I drove them to school, my booth humming with reels, hands steady on cuts. The journal weighed Sarah, Nia, Tia, Zoe, Becca, Kay, Gia, memo, slot, chat, reminder, lyric, a tapestry tightening. Rita's gossip pressed, Eve's giggle, Lila's hum, studio lights burning late. No panic rose, just a resolve to see it through. Dex's tales would fray if I spoke. I'd hold steady, like mixing sound, kids' dreams, lies traced. My break brought his voicemail routine for Mason's gigs. A message lingered, D, it's Dex, booths open. Not my call. My pulse didn't spike, it sank, noted beside Gia. Burgers grilled, Lucas's choice, Dex late, a track his shield, muttering low. D's voice stayed mine, K's lyric louder as he slipped to his den, phone humming. Another night, sorting Ella's ballet notes, an emoji string blinked in his app, Rhea, face-blowing kiss studio soon? Not my spark. My hands held steady tucked with D. Soup warmed, Ella's pick, Dex late, a client his mask, muttering thin. Rita's voice cut through, she'd heard Dex's mic catch, Tessa's sigh. I nodded, her tail stark, but the thread sang. Pasta twirled, Mason's choice, Dex late, traffic his excuse, Tess clear. The journal swelled, memo, slot, chat, reminder, lyric, message, emoji, names rising. I wasn't shattering. I was weaving, focus a calm wave, chasing what Dex couldn't hide. Rhea's emoji was a pulse, D's message a deeper hum, Tessa's sigh sealing the thread. Morning rose, Dex grabbing toast, muttering about gear, phone tucked, no look. Oatmeal steamed for Mason, Lucas, Ella, their chatter bright as I drove them to school, my desk alive with drafts, hands calm on scripts. The journal pressed, Sarah, Nia, Tia, Zoe, Becca, Kay, Gia, D, Rhea, Tess, memo, slot, chat, reminder, lyric, message, emoji, a signal sharp. Rita's tales rang studio voices, endless names, Dex's grin too wide. No storm brewed, just a need to shift the dial. Speaking would spark dodges, tail slipping it'd mute my cord. I'd shaped airwaves, held the kids' worlds, caught every glitch, this was my signal, my craft. My thoughts turned to Mason's words, Lucas's strums, Ella's twirls, their hands alive with stories. I dreamed of a platform, a pod for teens to speak, their voices bold. No one knew, not Dex, not Rita, not the kids. I pitched my boss at dusk, voice even, a podcast hub, Youth Pulse, for Mason to write, Lucas to riff, Ella to narrate. He nodded, offered servers a grant, slot set. I didn't pause, I saw it, a sound beyond Dex's haze. Tacos warmed, Ella's pick, Dex late, a mix his veil, eyes dim, muttering low. The pod was mine, Tessa's I locked away, as I tucked the kids to bed, their breath soft, my outlines alive, scripts, beats, a world to build. Rita's words, the lyric, the chat, they'd led me here, not to ache, but to spark, a hum no like a touch. Youth pulse stirred, Mason's scripts piling, Lucas's chords humming, Ella's voice dancing. Morning broke, Dex sipping tea, muttering about gigs, phone gone, no spark. Toast burned for Mason, Lucas, Ella, their laughter light as I drove them to school, my booth buzzing with plans, hands steady on mics. The journal rested, names, memo, slot, chat, reminder, lyric, message, emoji, proof Dex wandered, proof Rita saw true. I didn't check his app, the thread was enough, his studio a hum I'd outgrown. Listeners pinged, teens joined, mics glowed, Mason weaving tales, Lucas strumming, Ella spinning stories. I hid it at home, worked past Dex's den, his cables dim, his world small. Chili bubbled, Lucas's pick, Dex eating, blind, his mixes flat, muttering low. Pulse grew, episodes aired, schools tuned in, papers called it fresh, Nashville's beat. Dex faded, gigs thin, voice dull, muttering softer. I didn't share Pulse, didn't share the journal, locked tight, unneeded. A studio called, Mason's script won, Lucas's track aired, Ella's tale sparkled, me at the helm, not Dex's shadow, but their mother, their guide. Locals cheered, kids begged to join, Mason grinned, Lucas fist bumped, Ella hugged me, ink on her fingers. Dex wasn't there, didn't fit, didn't matter. I met an attorney, voice calm, filing papers, divorce, clean, no fight. Dex shrugged, signed, packed, gone. We moved, a brick loft by the river, warm, ours, mics on shelves, Mason's pages hung, Lucas's strings pinned, Ella's notes scattered. His studio dimmed, bookings lost, echoes trailing Rita's, maybe, or truth's hum. I didn't ask. Locks turned, his gear boxed, left at his door, no word, no scene, no naming Sarah, Eve, Lila. Mason wrote, Lucas played, Ella spoke, their voices my home. I aired, sipped coffee in our nook, pulse rising, kids calling me mom, their spark my truth. The attorney's office smelled of paper, the Cumberland River glinting outside. Morning stirred, Mason at school, Lucas sketching, Ella practicing lines, my hands steady on forms. The journal stayed home, Sarah, Nia, Tia, Zoe, Becca, Kay, Gia, Dee, Ria, Tess, no longer needed, its weight lifted. Dex's absence was a hum, his studio silent, his name fading. The lawyer, calm, outline terms, custody for me, asset split, no contest. I nodded, pen firm, signing Laura Kinsley, not his wife. Court loomed, a small room, wood creaking, judge's voice flat. Dex sat across, eyes low, muttering agreement, no fight. Papers shuffled, my attorney citing irreconcilable differences, no blame, no show. A clerk stamped, final, clean. I didn't flinch, I exhaled, the thread cut. Youth Pulse aired that night. Mason's essay soared. Lucas's beat pulsed. Ella's laugh rang. My voice guiding, not Dex's echo, but theirs mine. Listeners called, teens pitched. Grants grew, Mason plotting, Lucas tuning, Ella scripting, our loft alive. Dex texted once, sorry, vague, I swiped it gone. His world shrank, gigs lost, no place in ours, a hum fading. I didn't dwell, I built, coffee warm, Nashville's light soft, pulse climbing, papers naming me a voice, the kids naming me home. 8 years unwound, their stories louder than doubts. I wasn't free, I was enough, my children's pulse my own, and that was all.